I saw another day, only to scream into the night. Nothing ever tries to change, even if I want to realize. 'Cause I've been sitting here, same old ways, taking off about the same mistake. Darling, when you go away, it won't be as simple for you.
Yo, guys, it is Old Man G here, back again. It's been a while, guys. If I'm honest, these last 2 weeks I was not well at all. Came down with with COVID, and I was just out, just completely out. So I haven't been streaming for, I think it must have been about 2 weeks now. My body just needed some rest, and just rest, really. As you can see, where like this beard really needs a shave. But I'm glad that I'm back live streaming, to be honest. I'm just kind of sort of easing myself back into it, really. So like just really not having the energy to kind of do streams, upload videos, etc. So the channel has kind of been inactive for a while, including the Red Marvel one. So I want to post a lot of videos, but anyway, I know I'm rambling, but this is my West Ham versus Manchester United preview. If you're new to the channel, remember to like, share, and subscribe to Red Devil Studio. Follow us on Twitter, United X, and smash the notification button for latest Manchester United news. Thank you guys so much for those who have been supporting me as well. I really do appreciate it. So, yeah, let's get straight into it. So, I guess first and foremost, I mean, I obviously didn't post any reactions to the game where we lost against Young Boys. Maybe count this as a brief kind of Young Boys kind of recap slash Manchester United versus West Ham preview. But yeah, it wasn't really ideal. It wasn't really ideal at all. I expect us to win in that Young Boys game, and I was massively disappointed that not only do we go down to sort of 10 points, go down to 10 men in a quite a stupid way, but the way that we kind of managed the game, we lost. We lost, and that really wasn't it wasn't helpful. It just wasn't helpful. Let me just think. Am I streaming okay? If anyone is watching, let me know if everything is like not jittery or anything like that. So if you can hear me and I'm streaming okay, just let me know. But anyway, yeah, let's just move on. Let's just move on. So yeah, it really wasn't a great performance on the Tuesday. I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer got his tactics wrong. To be honest, I'm very surprised that we adopted a very, very defensive approach against the Young Boys team, who who, we have better. We should, in theory, have better players. Players who can hold on to the ball, players who can really, um, you know, um, go at teams, and the fact that we adopted such a defensive approach, I thought was very, very disconcerting, at least in my opinion, anyway. So, so to see, obviously, as we obviously did concede the goal, and I know Fred got a lot of stick. You'll see he's not in my team right now, but he did get um, a lot of stick. I think a lot of unnecessary stick. I think that Fred has become the new scapegoat when it comes to Manchester United now. Like, I think there's a lot of scrutiny on Fred, which I don't necessarily think is right. I'm not saying he's been great, but at the same time, I think that it just seems that everything that goes wrong with Manchester United, Fred is at fault, and it looks like Fred's performances are being highlighted a lot. And to be honest, I don't think it's solely him. I think he's been asked to play a position that he doesn't normally do. And this really just goes to show the importance of Manchester United basically needing a midfielder. It was our important position. I know that having Ronaldo, was important, and I'm glad that we signed Ronaldo. I really, really am. But to be honest, I know that the most important signing, at least in my personal opinion, was actually getting a defensive midfielder into the group, and we didn't get that, unfortunately. So I think that we're now seeing the problem whereby where that midfield for Manchester United seems to be an ongoing issue, and I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do about it, really. Liverpool, Chelsea, City, and to be honest, a lot of around Europe all seem to have I won't say let's say it better midfields than we currently do, and I don't know. Can we compete with that? I really don't know. So, but at the end of the day, Kobe, shout out to Kobe Miranda. What's up, G? Long time no see. Thanks for tuning in, buddy. Appreciate it. I've not been particularly well, buddy. So I've been off for about a good 2 times, just getting my strength back, resting. So this is the first time he's streaming in a long while. But thank you for joining. Really, really appreciate it, bud. Offensive fullback, good to see you back. Yeah, thank you, appreciate it. So, like I said, just still got that cough, still kind of there. So I'm just kind of taking it a bit, just easy, basically getting back into streaming and stuff like that. So a few uploads and here or there, bits and pieces. But yeah, I'm good to. It's good to be back. So, and thanks so much for everyone's support and well wishes on my comment page. It really did actually mean a lot, just seeing so many people wishing me well and stuff. So, built a nice community in this Red Devil Studio page. So yeah, I was really, really happy about that. But yeah, I think that that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer really has to. I try and be balanced on this channel. I don't want to be too extremes, with Ollie in or Ollie out, etc. But I must confess, I was quite disappointed with Ollie's and the way he handled Tuesday night, because I thought that he learned really. It's similar to how he approached the Villarreal game, and I just thought that, if we're Champions League level, does he really not trust the team to be able to see out a game, and instead hand initiative completely to the opposing side? That was disappointing in my opinion. Shout out to Mo. Thank you. Welcome back, bro. Thanks, man. Thanks. Yep, I had my hiatus to just rest and recover, and I'm still kind of recovering as well. So I'm just easing it in. Still got a bit of a cough, but my breathing is a lot better now than there was. So yeah, that's really good. Hopefully, I'm noticing this is a bit it's chopping this stream. I don't know why actually. I don't know why it's so it's chopping a bit. I'll just see if I can just 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Do try and make it just not chop a bit. It's funny, you spend all this money on really good internet, and it's still not good enough. Okay, right. Hopefully that's better. Anyway, yeah. So we're back. Anyway, yeah. So at the end of the day, this game against West Ham is important that we obviously bounce back in this game. It's very important that we go back and really just essentially put the young boys to feet and draw a line in the sand. That's the most important thing. Draw a line in the sand and just basically bounce back. That's the most important thing. So let me just quickly go to a starting lineup. So just put that here. Jeez, right, okay. Don't know what's on. This is really slow. I really don't know what's going on with my computer. So it just shows you I'm not streamed in a while. So anyway, so yeah, this is why I think my starting 11 is going to be for this game. David De Gea goal. Offensive fullback says when Cavani returns. Yeah, when Cavani returns, can you see him playing as a striker or Ronaldo plays left wing? That's a good question. I just don't see. I think that Ronaldo is right now. Ronaldo is the number 9. He is our number 9, and I just think that it's going to be either him or Cavani, which is a shame because I think Cavani is a very good finisher, as is Ronaldo. To be fair, I mean he's got 3 goals in 2 games right now, but I know I just don't see them shifting Ronaldo onto left. Really, I think it's gonna be between him and Cavani, especially when you bear in mind that Marcus Rashford is coming back to training. He's going to be coming back soon, so we're going to have a situation where our attack is stacked, and this is where I take a brief side note here. This is where I don't really understand why Jesse Lingard is now in the plans of Manchester United. Yes, we saw Daniel James, and I think we needed to. But when you look at our front 3, Rashford will come back. You've got Martial. You've got Sancho, that's 3. You've got Ronaldo. You've got Cavani. So that's 5. You now got Lingard. That's obviously 6. You've got likes of Ahmad and Elanga who are there. Obviously, that's sort of 8. And then, well, I mean, you might as well not include Mata really. So, although Mata is technically there, so it's 9. But let's be real, he's not going to be involved. Is it anyone else? I think that's it. So you've got effectively 8 spots. Okay, yes, likes of Ahmad and Elanga are probably not going to be involved. You still got 6 spots, and you've got basically only got 3 positions. And Ronaldo is definitely always going to start. Ronaldo is always going to start. He might get subbed off, but he's always going to start. So if Ronaldo's always going to start, then you're left with 2 positions. Sorry, I didn't even mention Greenwood. You add on to that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But in answer to your question, ultimately offensive fullback, like I just think that Cavani is going to probably be a come off the bencher, or probably, unfortunately, maybe relegated to Carabao Cup type of thing. What's your score prediction for tomorrow, says Kobe? I will get to that. Just going through my starting 11 right now. Sorry, I still got that cough. But this is obviously my starting 11. David De Gea in goal. I think it'll be Varane and Maguire. I don't really want to see, we saw the over where I don't like, squad rotation unless it's like sort of like necessary. And I think that I don't think that we need to rotate our squad on Tuesday. I don't know why we did, but we did it. Shout out to MN. Thank you for joining in. Yo, what's up? I'm doing okay. Just getting back into it. So just getting back to some recording videos, using my voice, all the rest of it. So when you sort of got a cough and you're short of breath for a while, so like actually just having time to stream and speak and stuff like that can be a bit of a challenge. So I'm just trying to get back into the rhythm of things. You know what I mean? You know. So hopefully I'll be doing more streams and actually get a shave. That's what I need. That's definitely what I need. But you know, it is what it is. I'm back anyway. I'm back. But yeah, Varane Maguire is the go-to centre back pairing in my personal opinion. We shouldn't change that. I think that what we saw on Tuesday with the change, again with Maguire and Lindelof playing together, you you invite that pressure on. I think by allowing us to play a bit too deep. I mean, to be honest, if we were going to make a change of centre back, I would have played Bailly. So that means at least we're a bit more expansive. But when you played Lindelof and see this was the thing for me with the selection, right? Was that we don't have a holding DM, so you decided to play Fred and Van der Beek, who both aren't that, and who both like to go forward, and at the same time play Lindelof and Maguire together, who still need that protection. So I think that was a terrible. If you were going to do that, you should have at least played Bay, so that they can at least try and sort of go forward a bit. So because you know Bay can track back, but that for me was where the error, the tactical error occurred on Tuesday. We shouldn't have. If you're going to play Lindelof, you know, then you have to obviously play the whole McFred double pivot. If you can't play McFred, then stick to Varane and Maguire. At least that's my personal opinion. Make sure you like the vid, guys. Like the vid, guys. It definitely goes a long way. I'll hopefully be trying to do some Champions League previews and all the rest of it, get back into it. So and take things from there. So yeah, just wrapping on the starting 11. Luke Shaw, obviously. Luke Shaw, to be honest, for me, is actually not started the season very well. Yes, aside from the assist that he gave to Ronaldo, he's not actually played that well. I actually think he actually deserved more criticism for what happened on Tuesday, as he continued to let in a lot of crosses coming over his side, and he didn't make enough effort to stop the crosses from coming in, and I think that got overlooked by a lot of our fans who are now living up Shaw's rear end, to be honest, after what he did in the World Cup. So for me, Shaw needs to improve. He really does. Going forward and his defensive ability as well, that needs to be improved. Wan-Bissaka obviously will be back, but obviously suspended for the Champions League. So Dalla will obviously come in. Poor challenge by Wan-Bissaka. I really hope that he sort of comes back into. He needs to work on that touch as well, that first touch. And we know that the flaws of Wan-Bissaka are still there. So, but it is what it is. That is an interesting. When McTominay is back, do you think he'll start? Absolutely. I think as soon as McTominay comes back, it'll definitely be McFred. Absolutely, 100% McFred will definitely be in. MN says, why no Pogba? Now, I completely forgot about poor Pogba. That is, I completely forgot. About poor Pogba. And that is interesting. And it's interesting because I actually would start this team. Pogba, to be fair, also didn't have a good game on Tuesday. The funny thing is, but it's interesting because you're right. Pogba has to play, and where does Pogba play? And I imagine Pogba plays where Van der Beek is, because Van der Beek isn't going to be. But the funny thing is that this midfield looks more balanced to me, and I'm not sure, given the physicality of West Ham coming into this game, whether playing Pogba in the midfield is a good idea. Um, Even against Newcastle, the Matic, Pogba, Bruno midfield, it didn't really. It worked 2 seasons ago, but now I don't think it really. It's not the same. And Pogba at times seems to be more of a defensive liability than anything. So and serve better on the left. So either Pogba will, well, no doubt not. Pogba will probably either play where Van der Beek is playing, or he'll play where Sancho is playing. But thank you for reminding me. It's a good admission. I don't know how I didn't include Pogba in this lineup, but no doubt he will either playing on the left, and i.e. Sancho will come to the bench, or he'll play with Van der Beek with playing. And in fact, most likely he will probably be playing with Van der Beek is playing, and Ollie will go with Matic, Pogba, Bruno, Sancho, Greenwood, and Ronaldo. That's probably how he's going to set up, in my opinion. S says, young boys. Yeah, of course. It is what it is. But I guess it's better to lose the first game than it is, the subsequent. So, but we should have won. We shouldn't have lost to young boys. It's as simple as that, really. But Manchester United, we need to bounce back here. And after seeing, obviously, today with who's this guy? Ronaldo is dusted, useless without tap-ins. I mean, I guess that's your opinion, but at the end of the day, like, he scored 3 goals in 2 games. The aim of football is to score goals. I never understand when people say that people dust to the finish. At the end of the day, the football is to score goals, and if you're scoring goals, then you're doing your job. And Ronaldo still score goals. That's it, really. So if he continues to score goals, I won't have an issue with it, really. So what do I think our score predictions are going into this? Now, it's important for people to be aware. Now, one of the big issues for me going into this game was if Mikel Antonio was playing. Now, Mikel Antonio is obviously suspended for this game, and for me, he would have been a big issue, as he's always been a big issue with Manchester United. Anytime we play against West Ham, he always causes our defense, especially when we had Maguire and Lindelof defense, tons of problems. He's a bully. He's obviously, he is good on the ball, but he causes our defense a hell load of problems. And even our midfield, he can just go through, much like Traore, just go through our midfield like it's nothing, and cause the defense problems. So thankfully, Mikel Antonio is suspended. So we also have to bear in mind that Declan Rice, obviously, in his defensive attributes and getting through that, as well as like Bowen, who I think was a problem last time we played. He's still, is he the best player in the world? I mean, what, Cristiano Ronaldo? No, I wouldn't say he's the best player in the world, but I don't expect. But I mean, how many 35, 36-year-olds are playing at the highest level in the world? That's what I would say, really. That's what people need to take into perspective. So, like, I judge him based on his age and the peers within his age group. So, how many people are playing at the highest level at that age, in their sort of, mid to late 30s? Not that many, So you guys should be beating West Ham. I mean, we should be, but David Moyes is a very good coach, and I respect West Ham. I respect what David Moyes has actually been doing with West Ham as well. He's taken them from just a relegation fighting team to a team that legit is very organized, has a structure, and actually had a very good season last season. So I don't underestimate West Ham at all. I think David Moyes will be very defensive, and maybe he'll come out a bit, but generally speaking, he tends to be quite conservative, and I think he will be against Manchester United. So the onus is on Manchester United to go out to West Ham, especially, and to attack. We didn't do that, I think, the first time we played, and we conceded a first goal, but then we came back in the second half. So I would love this Manchester United side to actually start offensively. And one of the big problems I've had with Manchester United for quite some time is that I don't know, we we don't tend to start well in the first half. We seem to wait to either go down or uh, concede, or we have to get a kick up the backside. And I love Manchester United for once, and this has been going on for a while, to be honest. Um, Even against Newcastle, Wolves, Southampton, Young Boys, even we just seem to just not start well. And I love us to just start a game well. That's what I love Manchester United. If we can start a game well, even if we're not ahead, I would love that. Messi and Leo are old. I think Messi is 33 now, isn't he? And Leo is 33. Yeah, exactly. So you've got two other players. Are you really worried about West Ham? I think it's an easy game for us, just as a bad match of them. I after Young Boys, to be honest, I don't Mo. I don't really take any chances, to be honest. I think that I've seen how we played against West Ham in the past, and even though we've won in most of our encounters, there's still, I think, there's still a threat. And I think my worry with United is that we always don't start well. We start very slow. We start very lethargic, and they have the players that can get us on the break and cause us problems. Mikel Antonio not playing, I think, is a big plus. But at the end of the day, it's up to Manchester United, and the most important thing is that we start strong. That's the most important thing, in my opinion. I think that if we start quick, progress the ball quick, and our transitions are good, then we can cause problems. And I would like to see likes of Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, actually push forward, go forward, and take things. But whether or not we can do that, I don't know. And whether or not the midfield, more importantly, can click, I don't know either, because that's been the big issue this season. I don't think United will win a trophy until 2022 when Ole leaves. Well, fair enough. We'll see what happens. Yep, just checked. They drew their last two games. Yeah. So they they did. So, but I still wouldn't underestimate them at all. You have a better hairline than LL. Okay, yes. But the problem was that you parked the bus once you were down 10 and took off your best players. The Young Boys deserve to win. I mean, yeah. Even going back to the tactic, and that's why I was surprised by the tactic. I was surprised that we did that, and it kind of has given me doubts regarding Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's leadership going forward. Because if you can't see out a game really, with the quality players you have, even if it is with 10 men, then that's an issue, So, but it is what it is. Also, I don't talk about other content creators, so I try and talk about other content creators on my channel. So I just try and keep it. Let's just keep it strictly football. But yeah, ultimately at the end of the day, I still think that Manchester United will win this game. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring fest. I think, unfortunately, what I would love is I love a clean sheet, actually. So I think that the lack of Antonio West Ham will be a problem for because I think they'll lack that focal point. I'm going to predict a 2-0 to Manchester United. I think Ronaldo will again be on the score sheet again. I think if Mason Greenwood starts, I think Mason Greenwood will contribute as well. I do, and I should emphasize, I do think Mason Greenwood should start because he really gives us really gives us a lot. And I don't know what anyone says. I think that Mason Greenwood is one of the best finishers, certainly in the Premier League, when he's given the opportunity and when chances actually are created for him. His finishing ability. I'm not saying he's going to score tons of goals, but when he's given the opportunity, Mason Greenwood actually is a very, very good finisher, and it should definitely be given the opportunity. What's this said? You're not winning the game 3-1 West Ham. Okay, fair enough. And Penendo disaster class. I mean, he scored 3 goals in 2 games, but we'll see. The most important thing really is actually just creating the opportunities for for the likes of Ronaldo and what have you. Offensive says, in my obviously too much credit for the loss against Young Boys, 2 accidentes back on Lingard's mistake. I think that I think the thing is I think the reason why I think the criticism was sometimes overblown was that because the way that he responded is similar to how he's responded in the past, and I think that's where it came. I think that's where it came from, and that tactically as well, to be so defensive, essentially since the second half for so long. Just wasn't right. Now, obviously, the second goal was Lingard. You know, I don't really know what Lingard is doing. I really don't. You know, I have no issue with Jesse Lingard as a person, but I do feel that his time at Manchester United has passed, and that I don't think that it's right that he's been. Essentially, what I'm saying is that Jesse Lingard has been given many opportunities at Manchester United, and I think that it's wrong that other players. Obviously, Sancho's now come in, and even you've kept players like Ahmad and Elanga, for example, should be benched over Lingard. You know, I just don't think that's right. You know, we need to be giving, you know, opportunities to other players to see what they can do and to see what they can do in a Manchester United badge, rather than giving more chances to Lingard, who, for me, just hasn't really. It's time's over. Really, it's finished. And if it's true that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is trying to play him so he can get him to sign a new contract, I just don't think that's right. He should be used. We should sell him, get some good money, and invest that in a holding midfielder. That's what should happen. With West Ham missing Antonio, and so shout out to Red Devil Weekly, by the way. Please head over and check out his channel. He's posting a lot of good content, so please head over and check out to Red Devil Weekly. Support him, guys, support him. I've been streaming for half an hour. I didn't even know the time had gone so far like that. So, but yeah, I'm I'm glad I've been able to even talk for this long. I haven't talked for this long for quite some time, to be honest. You'd be surprised how difficult it is when you're short of breath. With West Ham missing Antonio and Benrahma, we should be comfortable containing the attacking threat. Exactly. So I think we should contain the attacking threat. Not a problem. So that's why, for me, you know, this should be a comfortable win, really. But I don't want to underestimate West Ham like at all. I think West Ham United are an organised team. I think David Moyes organised them to be very difficult to break down, and it is up to this man. It is up to us to basically take the initiative against West Ham and try and do the business. Make sure you like the vid, guys. Make sure you like the vid. It really goes a long way. I'm so I'm really just happy that there are quite a lot of people watching. Even I've not been live for quite some time. I'm so happy that there are people watching during this preview. So I really appreciate it. MN says, you think Ollie gets sacked before the season, or do owners keep him if he gets top 4? Oh, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will stay in the season regardless. Absolutely. I think for people thinking that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, even if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer win a trophy, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will still stay. The most important thing for Ole is basically getting top 4. And I think that the quality in this Manchester United side, we have enough quality to secure 4th. Whatever anyone says, I think that yes, Arsenal are having a bit of renaissance, but I don't think they will be 4th. Spurs, I think, are showing the inconsistency as well. Leicester again will consistent. I think that whatever you say about Ollie, he's been able to be. He's consistent enough that he'll develop 4th place. It's just unfortunate that I'm not 100% sure whether that consistency will bring a major trophy. We'll see. I'd like us to at least be in a title race, but and at the very least, at least win a trophy, whether that's an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, just something to show his efforts really. But I don't think. But as for winning the Premier League, with the Champions League, definitely not. As the Premier League, let's at least try and give it a good go. And I certainly think that with City obviously dropping points against Southampton, we need to take advantage of this on our rivals, because we have a big. I think after this, I think we play Villa next, which I think, to be fair, should be okay because Villa's form is kind of been up and down. But I think after that, we have Liverpool and I think Spurs, and a few tricky games, So I think if we can, I would love us to actually go and try and get a win against Liverpool. I think that would be a massive statement for the league. If we can beat Liverpool, if you say that we can beat Liverpool FC, then maybe we're doing something. So, but I think right now, let's focus on the game ahead. Let's beat West Ham so we can at least be 3 points ahead of rivals. Maybe see what happens in the Chelsea-Spurs game. Maybe Spurs, you never know, might be able to knock some points of Chelsea. And then again, we can obviously move forward. What does Penalty other than score tap-ins? Please give analysis. I mean, he scores goals. I don't really know what else to say to you, really. Like, people make football more complicated than it should be. Like, if at the end of the day you're scoring goals for your team when you need them to score goals, then that's it really. Ronaldo is a goal scorer and one of the best goal scorers in world football currently. So if he continues to do that, then I don't have any complaints really. That's kind of the aim of football. If you can do as many tricks as you want, but if you're not scoring the goals or put the ball in the back of the net, it doesn't really mean anything. Now a trophy season, Ollie in. Well, we'll see what happens. But don't you think you got more of a chance in the UCL because of the luck of the draw? I'm not really convinced about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics in the UCL, to be honest. That the way that he managed that game, Young Boys really showed me that I think tactically he's still very, very, very naive. I know people, yes, it can say it's a red card or whatever, but there's just the way that you tactically manage a game, and that was against Young Boys. Like, in my mind, I'm like, imagine if we got a red card against a Bayern Munich or even some team that was remotely better than Young Boys. We wouldn't even be able to cope really. So, we'll see what happens. But I just think that tactically, I'm just not sure yet. But I don't know. And the thing is that at the end of the day, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's preferred midfield is McFred. So there is a case to be made that when McTominay gets injured and Fred comes back, he'll default back to McFred and put Pogba on the left. And maybe that might work better for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Maybe that's just his midfield that he trusts. And when he gets that midfield, who knows? Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Really, really appreciate it. It's good to be back. Thank you again. Thanks everyone for the well wishes. Like, it really, really means a lot. Like, I certainly will be back again. We'll be posting a match reaction, or uploading a match reaction anyway to the game, and obviously be trying to keep up to date with the Premier League, as well as just giving some thoughts on other teams as well. Have a nice day, everyone, and cheers.